In the quiet outskirts of Millbrook, nestled among the rolling hills and dense forests, lay an old weather-beaten bridge. Few ventured there anymore, except for Jess, a thoughtful 12-year-old girl with a penchant for adventure and a love for drawing. Jess lived with her parents in a small farmhouse on the edge of town. Her days were spent exploring the nearby woods, sketching in her worn-out notebook, and imagining fantastical worlds where she could escape the mundane routines of school and chores. One crisp autumn morning, as the leaves turned shades of gold and crimson, Jess's teacher assigned a new student to her class. Her name was Leslie, a girl with bright eyes and an infectious smile. She wore unconventional clothes and had a wild imagination that matched Jess's own. At first, Jess was hesitant to befriend Leslie. She was used to being on her own, lost in her thoughts and sketches. But Leslie was persistent, and soon they found themselves walking home together, discussing their favorite books and sharing stories of imaginary kingdoms they had created. One afternoon, Leslie convinced Jess to join her on an adventure to the old bridge she had heard whispers about. They packed a picnic, grabbed their sketchbooks, and set off through the woods, their laughter echoing among the trees. When they reached the bridge, Jess was amazed by its grandeur. The wooden planks creaked under their feet as they crossed over the rushing creek below. Leslie pointed to a clearing on the other side, hidden behind a curtain of vines and overgrown bushes. "Welcome to Terabithia," she announced with a grin. Together they cleared the path and discovered a secret glade bathed in sunlight. Trees formed a natural canopy overhead, and wildflowers dotted the meadow. Jess felt a surge of excitement and wonder as Leslie described the kingdom they would rule together. Days turned into weeks, and Terabithia became their sanctuary. They built forts from fallen branches, crowned themselves as queen and princess, and invented mythical creatures that roamed the enchanted forest. Their friendship grew stronger with each passing day, and Jess found herself opening up to Leslie in ways she never had with anyone else. But one fateful day, tragedy struck. Jess arrived at school to find somber faces and whispered conversations. Leslie had gone on a family trip, and news spread that the bridge they had crossed so many times had collapsed. Leslie was gone. Jess couldn't believe it. Her heart ached with grief and guilt. She had lost her best friend, her co-creator of Terabithia. The world seemed dull and empty without Leslie's laughter and boundless imagination. In her sorrow, Jess retreated to Terabithia alone. She sat by the creek where they had first crossed the bridge and traced Leslie's name in the sand. Memories flooded her mind, their adventures, their dreams, and the promise of a kingdom where anything was possible. As the seasons changed and time passed, Jess found solace in her memories of Leslie. She returned to Terabithia often, not as a queen, but as a guardian of their shared dreams. She continued to sketch and create, honoring Leslie's spirit and the magic they had discovered together. Years later, when Jess stood on the rebuilt bridge, she knew that Leslie's legacy lived on in her heart. Terabithia was more than just a place. It was a testament to their friendship and the power of imagination. And as Jess looked out over the tranquil waters below, she knew that Leslie was with her, guiding her forward on new adventures yet to come. As Jess grew older, she carried the lessons of Terabithia with her. She pursued her love for art, becoming a renowned illustrator and storyteller. Her books, inspired by the adventures she shared with Leslie, brought joy and wonder to children around the world. But amidst her success, Jess never forgot Leslie or the bridge that had connected them. She often returned to Millbrook, visiting the rebuilt bridge and walking through the woods where Terabithia had once thrived. Each visit filled her with nostalgia and gratitude for the friendship that had shaped her life. One autumn afternoon, while sketching by the creek, Jess met a young girl named Emily. Like Leslie, Emily had a spark of curiosity and a love for imagining worlds beyond the ordinary. They talked for hours, sharing stories of adventure and creativity. As they parted ways, Jess felt a sense of hope and renewal. She realized that Terabithia was not just a memory, but a legacy to be passed on. She invited Emily to visit the old bridge and promised to show her the magic hidden within its shadows. Together they crossed the bridge to Terabithia, where the echoes of laughter and the rustle of leaves welcomed them home. Jess watched as Emily's eyes widened with wonder, knowing that Leslie's spirit lived on in the hearts of those who dared to dream. and as they explored the enchanted glade, Jess whispered to Leslie in her heart, "Thank you for showing me the magic of friendship and the power of imagination. Terabithia will always be our kingdom, where dreams come to life and love never fades."